One of the revolutions in online education seems old, but I actually think might be quite new, is the idea that online learning needs to be connected to actual need, and even in many cases led by the student rather than learning that is commanded from above, as found in the article by Powell. I think this particular attitude towards teacher training lends itself to this quote quite easily, because if something is connected to your job, then you're more likely to work on it in the places and settings that you actually do that job. But one of the challenges to online education is just keeping people motivated, challenged, and returning to the online format. In an article about the Felder and Silverman learning style model, it says that one of the reasons for this is because of the varied learning styles that the learners actually have. So to combat that challenge, programmers are working on technology that will automatically detect little signs of learning through different kinds of assessments to determine if the learning style is adequate or to target a specific learning tool that might benefit particular students, which I think is kind of exciting. The current online and mobile assessment methods one of them that I found was interesting because it was about dance, actually. And so one of the ways that they did the assessment was through videos, and then fellow classmates would analyze those videos, much like a social media platform, and then give feedback. And while I think feedback is really an important part of education, I think that's an important part of working together in a group and things like that. The students in this particular study did not like it at all. They felt like their classmates were biased and unfair, and that it was difficult to have a peer determine whether or not they had mastered the material, and they didn't enjoy it at all. They wanted the instructor who was knowledgeable to be the one to assess whether they had accomplished everything. And I guess what jumped out to me the most is the concept that no matter what you do as the instructor, that it be real and applicable. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of the case study, the random situations that there used to be, because now learning needs to be connected to actual tasks and to real hands-on things. My personal theory of learning and how online learners should be assessed is maybe interesting. I guess I think so. Traditionally, I think that the assessment piece would say, can the student do the skill? But in the setting where I work as someone who teaches other teachers how to do a specific skill, it's not enough just to know how to do if they can do the skill. They need to actually do the skill. And are they able to put it into practice? Can they do it in a learning setting is one thing. Do they do it in their classroom is another. So I genuinely don't know how to add that particular portion to an online class, because most of the time the class ends and that's the end of the course. The assessment piece has already happened. But in connection with Powell's article that I discussed earlier, it seems that we can't just take the training and disconnect it from the school. We have to connect it to continued follow-up, even if that platform is different or is distant and online. It means that the course would need to provide the supervisors at the school, the people who are doing the professional development training, with follow-up material and subsequent courses to ensure that training was actually put into practice successfully.